Hello, I'm going to go over the weekly schedule and the daily schedule for today of what your students should be working on. So once you click on our Google Classroom, it's going to start off with this stream page, but you want to go right into classwork. This is the important page with the work that we have. Once you click on the classwork tab, the first link up here is right where you need to go. This week's schedule. Go here to find the work. So that's the tab, and underneath it has our weekly schedule and today's date, so you don't get confused. You can see under previous work, there's last week's schedule, but we want the schedule for April 20 through 24th because that's this week. I click on it, it gives me the assignment, and then down here it says view material. So I click on that, and now it gives me the directions. The schedule has all the links for the work you're going to be doing. Every day there is writing, a math page, science, social studies, and reading. Now I click on the Google slide. Here's our weekly schedule. So today is Monday, so your child is going to want to look at this Monday column. It shows the first thing that we have is our Google Classroom journal. We do have a Zoom meeting today at 1 o'clock. I want them to do some reading on Kids A to Z. We have our math lesson. We are starting perimeter today. Then there are some ideas to go to Miss Marchetti's science page. And if your child is an English language learner, there's a link to Dr. Carter and Mr. Galvan's ELT work. You do not have to do this in order, but it's a good idea. I'm going to show you that way at least for start. Under the writing, the Google Classroom journal, you click on it once, click on it again, and it takes you to the writing assignment. Again, there's the directions reminding that this one writing assignment is for the whole week. There are 5 slides for the 5 days. I click on the assignment. It opens up. So again, you can see on the left, there are 5 slides, one for each day. So for today, Monday would be the first slide. And the question is, one day a hot air balloon picked you up from school. Write about your adventure. And then down here, it says type here. If you click there, this text box opens up. They then can delete the words type here and write their paragraph. Remember, they're in 3rd grade now and we expect a paragraph. So that is a topic sentence, 3 details, and a conclusion. So, their topic sentence might be about the hot air balloon. One day I got picked up by a hot air balloon from school, exclamation point. Then they tell about 3 things that happened and some sort of conclusion about how they can't wait to go on their next hot air balloon ride. Okay. We think that writing should take about 20 minutes. It'd be a great idea if they use the writing notebook that I left in their backpack so they can write it out on paper first and then type it up. This would be a great assignment for you to check after your student is done so you can see if they have their capital letters, their periods, and if they actually wrote 5 sentences. When they're done with their writing, they might want to take a break, but otherwise they can go back into their schedule. Logging into Kids A to Z. I have directions in there as well. When they go to Kids A to Z, these are all their names. So they click on their name, and then it'll ask them for a password. The password is the same SJ with numbers passwords for their portal account. Once they go into here, it'll show them 2 reading areas, and I have it set up to their exact reading level they are in class. So that's what's really nice about Kids A to Z, is it's not just that they're reading, but they're reading at their actual individual grade level, at their individual reading level. Some of them will be a little higher. Some kids need a little extra help and are reading some books that are a little bit at a lower level. All right, going back. Now this is more important for being something different, Under math, it says perimeter 13.1 reteach. I click on it and it gives me to my next assignment. Okay, there are directions again telling me to complete this. I click on the Google Slides. And here is your work for today. Now, since I am not going to be able to teach them in person, this gives them a little bit of extra help. So the first one says, please watch these 2 videos from Khan Academy. See how it's in blue? Anything that's in blue, the kids can click on. So I click on this first video, gives me a link, takes them right into Khan Academy, and a video they can watch. Now it might ask them to sign in. Remember their sign in again. They do not click on the Google link, the regular username and password link. They type in their San Juan Portal username and their San Juan Portal password, and it'll take them right in. So they can watch this video. There's another video they can watch. I've included a little reminder of what a perimeter is and a picture of what a perimeter is. And then see how there are 2 slides on the left? I click on the next page, and this is the actual homework they need to do. It's the same they were doing in school. So you have that backpack. There is the math practice book in the backpack that I gave them. So if they want to try to write it on there, use that to help them, that is fine. But I know not everyone maybe has that, so I made a digital version. So number 1, there's the perimeter. It shows there's a length of 4 inches, 10 inches, 12 inches. And to find the perimeter, you need to add them up. So you would need to add 4 plus 10 plus 12. Once they have the answer, they go right here where it says type here, click on it, and then they can type in their answer. So 10 plus 12 is 22, 22 plus 4 is 26. So they would type in here, the answer is 26. Okay. Same thing with these problems. Number 7, ask them to explain. Again, click type here, and they put in their work. Now, unfortunately, for 4, 5, and 6, they wanted them to draw a figure, and you really can't draw easily in the Google slide, so I gave an example and said that they could write it out on scratch paper. Okay? And that's it for the math for the day. We go back to the schedule. No social studies for today. The social studies will happen tomorrow. Then there's a link to Miss Marchetti's science class. If I click on that, it takes us right to her science page, so they can see what is last that she has. So you can go to classwork, and that's where she's assigning her new classwork. She just opened this up this week, so she doesn't have her classwork in there yet, but she will later today. At the end, again, if your child works with Dr. Carter or Mr. Galvan, or even with me in my ELD class, this ELD link gives us to these extra lessons that help us work on our English. So there's a great one from Mr. Galvan talking about how to use Nearpod that he wants students to do. Okay? And then that's it for the day. They're done. Once they've done their math, their reading, their science, their writing, they're done for the day. Then they can go on, and Tuesday is going to be real similar. There's that link for the writing journal, working on some Lexia and iReady today instead of A to Z. Another Google slide for perimeter. They did the reteach page yesterday. Today's the practice page. And then they get to just do some free practice on Khan Academy. Then they can go to Studies Weekly. This is something the kids should remember how to work on. Studies Weekly is our social studies. Now, I believe it said that they are working on lessons 12 and 13. So when they go in, they will click on lesson 12, and then they can actually read the unit, and they can have it read to them. Let's see if I can show you that right now. They won't have all these extra options. Since I'm a teacher, I can see a few more things. But you can see that I've allowed them to look at 10 and 11, which are from last week, and 12 and 13, which are from this week. So they would just click on week 12, and then they have this to read. They can also have it read aloud to them. So they can either do all this reading themselves, listen to the story, and there are all of these different articles to go through. So it does take them a little bit of time. And when they are done, they can take the test. I hope this makes sense and is a little more help of what you need to do with your child. You know, we want them to be able to take breaks throughout the day, do what they can. It's okay if you don't get something done on Monday and you need to do it on Tuesday, but all of these things are what we want them to get done for the week. We are doing report cards at the end of the year, so I do need to be able to have some proof that they have been working on some of the skills that we've been doing in class. Okay? If you have any questions, you remember you can message me on Dojo, you can email me. You should have my phone number. Just let me know what you need, all right? Okay, have a great day.